economic equalizer. Definitely go ahead and make sure that you do so. Like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and share if you feel called to do so. And again, don't be shy as you're jumping onto the line. Go ahead and jump into our chat and let me know your name and where you are chiming in from tonight. We are going to get started here momentarily, so definitely go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from in the chat. Go ahead and make sure you've got your pen and notepad ready. Let's see here. All right, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So as I mentioned before, my name is Carly Gwynn. I am chiming in tonight from Orlando, Florida. Super excited to be your host tonight and welcome each and every one of you to the call. Buckle your seatbelts because you are absolutely in for a treat this evening. And I'm telling you right now, some of you guys may not be able to sleep after you hear how exciting this information is that's going to be shared with you tonight. So definitely go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from in the chat. Go ahead and get yourself in a quiet place. Make sure you have your pen and notepad ready. You're definitely going to want to take some notes. You might have a question or two that you'd like to write down as well. So go ahead and get yourself in position to do so. I see we have Justin chiming in from Los Angeles. Welcome to the call. And let me also pull up my Facebook. See who we have joining us on Facebook Live. If you are joining via YouTube Live, unfortunately, I can't see your names, but still go ahead and let us know where you're chiming in from. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and type replay, okay? So that way we know that you were on the line, right? Make your presence known. So let me turn this volume down so that way it will allow me to not hear myself on Facebook Live. Go ahead and start tagging anyone that's going to be joining you on the call if you are watching via Facebook. So that way we can welcome you there as well. All right, welcome everyone to the line this evening. Again, my name is Carly Gwynn, chiming in tonight from Orlando, Florida this evening. It is my honor, my privilege, and pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to the line this evening. I am not your speaker, but they will be joining us momentarily. So definitely go ahead and get yourself to a quiet place. Get your pen and paper ready. You're definitely going to want to take some notes. You might have a question or two that you'd like to write down as well. So go ahead and get yourself in position and ready to do that. Go ahead and make sure you've got yourself to a quiet place. Go ahead and make sure that the kids are fed, the pets are fed, make sure your spouse has something, make sure you are ready to go as we are going to get started here in just a few short moments. I see we have Terry chiming in from St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to the line tonight. Excuse me. We have a moment or two before we get ready to get started, So definitely go ahead. I want to welcome you to the Foresight Business Academy. What you're going to learn about inside the Foresight Business Academy is about projects to diversify your income and enhance your lifestyle. I can't imagine why anyone wouldn't want to know about those things. I don't know why you wouldn't want to know about diversifying your income and enhancing your lifestyle, right? So if you are excited about that, let me see some 4 5s in the chat. Let me see some hearts in the chat. Let me see some fire in the chat. If you are excited about that, and if you are ready to upgrade your lifestyle, diversify your income, all of the above, right? And if you guys see 4 5s in the chat, which you definitely will throughout the call, just know that those are short for foresight. Okay, so the 4 is obviously short for 4, and then the 5 is for the S in foresight. Okay, so as you're seeing 4 5 4 5 4 5 in the chat, you know, people always say, "What's 4 5 mean?" 4-5 is short for foresight. So as you're dropping those 4-5s, or if you're brand new to the family and you're just learning what that is, as the call is taking place, if you feel so inclined and you want to show some love, go ahead and drop some 4-5s in the chat. I see we have Major and Terica chiming in from Richmond, Texas. Welcome to the line. We have Latoya Landry chiming in from St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to the line. Welcome, 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 everyone. Again, we have a moment or two before we get started. So definitely go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from in the chat so that I can welcome you to the line this evening. And for those of you guys just now joining us on the call, welcome officially to the Foresight Business Academy, where we know you're rich before you do. What you're going to learn about inside the Foresight Business Academy is about projects to diversify your income and enhance your lifestyle, right? And I'm just telling you right now, the one that you're going to hear about tonight, the project you're going to hear about tonight is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen, like no hype. Seriously, it's truly been a huge blessing to myself in just the short time that we've had access to it. And I'm sure that there are other people on the line who would completely agree with my assessment as well. It's been a huge blessing to them as well. I see we have the Knights on from St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to the call. Angel Trend from Houston, Texas. Welcome to the call. I see we have people that are tagging their guests, tagging their fellow investors on the line. Awesome, awesome. If you are joining us on Facebook Live in the private Facebook group that we have, go ahead and tag anyone that's going to be joining you on the call in the chat, so that way they don't miss the call. Make sure that they know that the call is live and we are about to get started, okay? So welcome each and every one of you guys to the line this evening. I see we have Sarita, I hope I said that correctly, from Walterboro, South Carolina. If I didn't, please go ahead and charge it to my head and not my heart. I promise I want to get everybody's name correct, but you know, sometimes it happens. So definitely, if I said that incorrectly, my apologies to you, but hopefully I got it right. So let's see here. Who else do we have just now joining us? If you're jumping on via Zoom, go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from in the chat. Well, Zoom, any of the platforms, really, go ahead and do that. If you are joining us on Zoom, please also go ahead and make sure your lines are muted, okay? We want to make sure we have a crystal clear call. So definitely go ahead and make sure that you have your line on mute. So that way we don't have any background noise, any distractions, any disruptions, you know, and remember, we want to be in a quiet place anyways. We want to be focused and intentional on the call tonight anyways. But just be definitely cognizant of that. I would greatly appreciate that in advance. And thank you to you guys who already have your lines muted. All right, let's see here. That's right. Major says, bringing that hashtag 7-figure energy. That's what I'm talking about. Who's excited about 7-figure energy? Who's bringing that 7-figure energy to the line tonight? Let me see some 4-5s in the chat. Let me see some hearts in the chat. Let me see some fire in the chat if you're bringing that 7-figure energy to the line tonight, right? I am fired up and excited about that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm seeing all the hearts dropping, the 4-5s dropping. And ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, we are also broadcasting via YouTube Live. The YouTube Live is going to be on Samuel Bean, the Economic Equalizer YouTube page. So if you're not already subscribed, definitely jump over to YouTube after the call if you're not watching on YouTube, and subscribe to the page, like and comment if you feel led to do so. And you can also, again, catch all of these lives on YouTube Live on Samuel Bean Economic Equalizer's YouTube page. So definitely go ahead and make sure that you are joining us there as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from there as well. If you're catching the replay, go ahead and type replay. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I see occasionally we have somebody that'll just accidentally pop off mute. Definitely make sure your lines are muted. I see we have Terry on the line. Welcome to the call. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you are just now jumping onto the call, my name is Carly Gwynn. I am chiming in tonight from Orlando, Florida. I am not your speaker tonight, but it is my honor and privilege to be your host this evening and welcome each and every one of you to the call tonight. What you're going to hear about inside the Foresight Business Academy is about projects to diversify your income and enhance your lifestyle. So again, super excited about that and about what we're going to be sharing with you guys tonight, especially. So definitely go ahead and make sure you've got yourself in a quiet place. Make sure you have your energy ready. Make sure you have your notepad and your pens ready. You're definitely going to want to take notes. You might have a question or two that you'd like to write down as well. So go ahead and get yourself in position and ready to do that. Let's see here. We have Candy joining us from Houston. Welcome to the line tonight. Marika from Montreal. Welcome to the line tonight. Let's see here. I love what Latoya says. I'm always excited now that I am the lender and not the borrower. I heard that. Yes, super excited about that as well, Latoya. Terry chiming in from Clarksville, Tennessee. Welcome. I see we have Danny on the line tonight from St. Louis. Welcome. Earl from Montreal. Welcome to the line. Kevin and Erica chiming in from St. Louis. Welcome to the line tonight. Shantez from Virginia. Welcome. Gregory from South Florida. Welcome. That's right. Major says we're in the winner circle. And that is so true. Who's ready to be in the winner circle with us? If you are not already a part of our Foresight family, if you're not already partnered with us in this project or one of our other projects, definitely go ahead and type winner circle in the chat if you are ready to be in the winner circle with us, right? Who's excited about that, right? Let's see here. We have Carla chiming in from Baltimore. Welcome to the line tonight. Gregory, I think I said that already, from South Florida. Welcome again. Again, we have just a few more moments, guys, before we get started. So definitely go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from in the chat if you haven't already done so. Also, go ahead and get yourself in position and ready to be focused and intentional on the call tonight, okay? You do not want to miss a moment of this information. You definitely want to be tuned in and tapped into what our speaker has to share with you tonight, and trust and believe that she is an expert in this subject. So definitely go ahead and make sure you're ready to be focused and intentional on the line tonight. Let's see here. We have June in Bermuda. Welcome. Beverly in Huntsville. Welcome. We have Bessa chiming in from Houston. Again, I hope I said that correctly. Welcome to the line tonight. Martha on the line tonight. Welcome. Addie on the line tonight. Welcome. Shannon in Michigan. Welcome. Welcome, 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 everybody. Again, we have just a couple more moments before we get started. So definitely go ahead and drop your name and where you're chiming in from in the chat, but also go ahead and get your pen and your notebook ready, get your coffee, your tea, your water, whatever it is that you need to keep yourself focused and intentional on the line tonight. Get yourself to a quiet place with no distractions, keeping you from the information tonight as it is about to be shared in a moment. You definitely want to make sure you're not missing a second of the nuggets that are going to be shared with you tonight. So go ahead and get in position and ready to do that. I see we have Trent chiming in from Cleveland. Welcome, Leroy from St. Louis. Let's see here. George chiming in from Jefferson City. Welcome to the line tonight, George. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, my name is Carly Gwynn, and it is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be your host tonight and welcome you officially to the Foresight Business Academy, where we know you're rich before you do. What you're going to learn about inside the Foresight Business Academy is about projects to diversify your income and enhance your lifestyle. And speaking of enhancing your lifestyle, when it comes to everything, training, when it comes to mindset, when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to experiences, when it comes to everything, our leadership, Mr. and Mrs. Bean, they roll out the red carpet. Everything is first class. Everything is top of the line. They bring only the best of the best to us. And that includes the experiences that they create and allow us to be a part of. And I'm going to share with you a clip in just a moment of our last, our very first, but also the last Mogul Weekend experience that we had. We were down in Cancun, Mexico. Our mentors actually rented out a 110-foot yacht. We had private chefs, we had jet skis, we had a huge slide that went all the way down the side of the yacht into the ocean, which I personally took full advantage of myself. And we just had the most amazing day, getting to just break bread and experience the most epic day with our senior leadership. It really helps to expand our minds and build our dreams and help us to stretch ourselves as to what's possible. The great news is for you that we have another one coming up very, very soon. And July 29th is our next Mogul Weekend experience. And this time we're actually going to have 2 yachts out there in the bluest, most beautiful water in Cancun, Mexico. So let me share my screen so you guys can get a glimpse of what we experienced and picture yourself at the very next event. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can I get some 4 or 5s? Can I get some love in the chat for that extraordinary experience? Didn't I tell you it was beautiful? The most beautiful water you've ever seen, right? So if you are going to be with us on that next yacht experience, let me see some 4 or 5s in the chat. Again, July 29th, we're going to have not 1, but 2 yachts this time. So look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys on the yachts down in Cancun. But right now, it is time for me to step out of the way of greatness, the woman I have the honor and privilege of introducing to you tonight. She is a retired investment banker that facilitated financing for businesses that needed between $1 million and $200 million. In our previous investment, well, we're still a part of it, but in our last investment, I should say, in just 11 months, she turned $1,200 into over $40,000 and built a portfolio of investors that was over 700 investors and affiliates, and it had excess of value of $4.8 million. In this current investment that we're a part of right now, she grew her personal investment by 50% in just 10 days. And she did that while on vacation in Hawaii. How would you like to grow your money 50% in 10 days while you're enjoying the beaches in Hawaii, right? She is qualified as a GM and was our very first Foresight Foundation Award winner. You'll learn more about what GM means a little bit later on, but please give me some 4-5s. Please give me some hearts in the chat and help me welcome to the line the blockchain queen, GM Miss Tonya Lawrence.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And thank you, Miss Carly Gwen. Guys, let's give it up for Miss Gwen. She always brings the energy, the excitement to whatever we do. We call her the CEO of fun because we're going to have a good time when we're with her. And she is also a dynamic leader. She's also a GM in our platform. She has helped people all over the country experience success in this platform and other investment vehicles that we have as a part of our Foresight family. So thank you, Ms. Carly Gwen, for that warm introduction. Guys, as she said, my name is Tonya Lawrence, the blockchain queen. And this evening, I'm going to be sharing some information with you that has kept me up literally for 22 days, right? 23 days as of today, losing track of days. This platform really touches on some things that are near and dear to my heart. As a former investment banker that facilitated financing for businesses and helped them gain access to capital, financing is special to me, as well as in retirement. My focus was learning about something new, which was blockchain technology. And so this combines the both. And when I found out this was available for us to access and to share with others and educate others about, I said, I am all in 100%. As a matter of fact, I bought my plane tickets for Hawaii on a Tuesday. I found out about this platform on a Wednesday. So I spent my vacation on the beach calling people, telling them about Fintoch and what we are doing here with the Foresight Business Academy. So take notes today. Write down all the questions that you have because we want to make sure you get them answered when you're looking at any type of investment platform. Just a short disclaimer, I am not a registered financial advisor. The information that I'm going to be sharing with you this evening is for entertainment and educational purposes. And we're going to share a lot of information from third parties, as well as information published by Fintoch itself. When we're talking about third parties and looking at investment platforms, it's really important to do your research and due diligence. We are trying to make that an easy process for you by providing you with access to third parties that are credible, third parties that are stakeholders in the industry that you're looking at. And so this will provide you with some resources outside of YouTube and TikTok and things where you don't really know if the people that are providing opinions are experts in the area. And so this first slide that we're sharing with you is from Binance. Binance is a crypto platform, and on there, they share information that may be published by other platforms. And this particular article is by CoinQ. CoinQ has been out there really trying to clear through all the muck in the mud. If there is anyone who can appreciate a company that their entire focus is helping you get to the truth and understanding what's live and what's Memorex, it's me. And so if you are like me and you appreciate people that are experts and give you expert advice. Let's see some X's in the chat, right? These people are really, their whole focus on CoinQ is helping you understand what's out there and if it's something that makes sense or not. And they recently did an article talking about the top 5 cryptocurrency projects that had the highest audit scores. All right. That is really important. When you're looking at a cryptocurrency platform, a lot of people started to say, we want to see if this is really viable. We want to see that this has been vetted by someone. And so this platform has been audited, and CoinQ is talking about the top 5 projects in the world with the highest audit scores, and Fintoch was number 1. They go on to talk about Fintoch in detail. And one of the things that they point out with Fintoch's technology that sets them apart from other platforms is the fact that when people are using the Fintoch platform to be a lender, and we're going to go into detail in a moment what that means for you, that Fintoch has put in place automatic stop losses and clearing conditions that help that investor make sure that their money is never lost. And so that's big. We're going to show you a detailed outline, but you'll see the links to all of these articles that you can access. Another article is by MarketWatch. MarketWatch is another financial platform where you can go and get information about any type of investments and strategies that are out there. And they're talking about Fintoch this year won the top 10 Web3 Technology Innovation Award at the World Summit. Guys, top 10 in the world. Do you know what type of companies that they were up against to win the top 10 in the world? That is massive. And they were also recognized by their country, where they were started in Hong Kong, which, as a matter of fact, is where the platform really took off over in Asia and in India. They have over 13 million users before really even touching base in the United States. So we're kind of late to the game, right? But we are the first here, and we're excited to share this information, because if you've ever been at a point in your life where you're saying, I wish I was at the beginning of something, guys, this is it. This is the beginning. So again, another source that you can use to do some due diligence for yourself. What is Fintoch? Fintoch is a peer-to-peer blockchain financial platform that focuses on blockchain financing. That's a lot of words to say that we as individuals can do what the banks are doing. And I'll go back a second and let you know that if you have at least $1 in a bank account anywhere in the world, you are already doing this. The difference is that when your $1 goes in the bank is allowed to leverage that money, and they are now allowed to go out and give up to $10 in loans based on your $1. Okay, they're allowed to hypothecate, it's called. And so now they can go give a car loan, they can go give a mortgage, they can go write an insurance policy, all based on the fact that your $1 was there. They're able to make money over and over again. But guess what they're not doing? They're not sharing any of the money with you. And so when it comes to blockchain technology or Web 3.0, guys, this is the future. This is like being at the beginning of the internet. If you're old enough, you can remember sitting in a computer class and typing a whole bunch of letters and words in order to even make a code and tell somebody, I love you. You didn't get to type, I love you. You had to type codes in order for it to make the phrase, I love you, right? Well, then the Web 2.0 came, and you could just go onto the internet. You can Google things, you can figure out things. Well, we are in the stage where we are at Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is going to be all based on blockchain technology. This technology, combined with some artificial intelligence, is going to completely shift the way things are done in and around the world, okay? And so being here at the beginning, being able to take part in something like this means that you are looking at your future and setting up your legacy. And so on this Fintoch platform, you are now allowed to be the lender. You're allowed to catch up and bypass all of those profits that the bank never shared with you. And we're going to show you how. You get to have access to an app that looks like this one. And on this app, please don't use this one. We're going to make sure, get back with the person that referred you so that you make sure you have the latest version. They continuously do updates. You want to have the latest version, okay? The app will allow you to send loans to people who need them. And the app will make sure that you are paid, okay? And it's available on Google, Apple, Android, everything that you could need. How does this work? How do you become a lender with Fintoch? Well, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, that box represents you. It says lender/investor. You are able to add funds to the platform and send them out as an investment. You, as the lender, can earn 1% a day on your investment. Guys, that is phenomenal. 1% a day. Most of us don't earn a full 1% in a year from our banks, okay? And so the borrower on the other side is someone who is in the finance space. It's usually going to be someone who is trading cryptocurrencies. Carly, can you block the lines for me, please? Mute the lines. Someone who is trading cryptocurrency and or someone who's trading Forex. And these may be institutional investors. These may be individuals with a large amount of capital and borrowing. They are doing something that Robert Kiyosaki suggested years ago. He said, use someone else's money to make you money. Okay. And so these borrowers are going out there and trading large sums of money. And now they say, okay, if I can borrow money and pay 2% a day on that money, and then turn around and earn 10% or increase my portfolio by 30, 50% in a day, that is a smart business move for them. Okay. So they're paying 2% a day. Fintoch is managing this entire process and they're splitting the profits with us and we're earning 1% a day. Guys, this is groundbreaking. If your banks did this, and they did this for years, you would never take your money out of the bank. But we see what's happening in the marketplace. People are learning about cryptocurrency. They're learning about blockchain technology. They are pulling their money out of banks at record paces. And most of them don't know that there's an opportunity to earn 1% on their money daily. We're in a ground shaking space right now. And so how are your assets protected when you provide a loan to someone? Look over on the right-hand side, and this is a breakdown, a simple example. When someone comes in as a borrower to borrow the money, they have a 7-day contract. They're paying 2% a day on that money for that 7-day period. Or they can have a contract for 1 day and they pay 2.5%. And this is how it's set up to protect you. Remember, I talked about that first article. What made Fintoch's technology so special is the fact that they have stop losses in place, automated stop losses that protect the investor's capital. Okay. So the borrower decides we're going to use this number, $10,000 for a round number, $10,000 in USDT. In order to have access to these funds, they need to put down a deposit for half of the money that they want to borrow. So in this case, that's $5,000 in USDT. Then they are allowed to go on 3 different platforms that you may not have heard of before: PancakeSwap, Uniswap, SunSwap. These platforms are moving large quantities of currency every single day. And so while they're using our currency that we've provided as a loan on those platforms, the smart contract that they've signed with Fintoch is monitoring their trades. And it's making sure that if they ever get to a 30% loss on their trades, the contract automatically cuts off. Now let's look at the numbers. They borrowed $10,000, but they put up $5,000 as a security deposit. If the contract cuts off because they're at a loss of 30%, that means there's still $7,000 in that account. When they are at that point, the smart contract cuts them off. They are not allowed to access the remainder of the funds. So that $7,000 goes back to Fintoch and it's in Fintoch's control. So we're to the good. We have the $7,000 that's left, plus the $5,000 deposit that they made. This is what protects you. There's never a point where your money is at risk because of the things that are put in place. Okay. So I love this concept. All right. And so if all goes well, they trade as they're supposed to, they make their profits. The smart contract monitors everything. They pay their 2% a day. We get 1% a day, and everybody goes off happy, and they can do it over and over again. So what does it look like? Remember, I talked about the DeFi app that you can have access to. You're seeing a picture of it on the left-hand side. This is what the investors see. We provide loans. We can do as many loan contracts as we want in multiples of 100. This one shows that first one was $2,200. The second one was $700. The bottom one was $20,000. So different amounts were lent out at different times. The middle contract shows a borrower. That this particular borrower, it's showing that they borrowed $10,000. They had a 50% margin, so they put down $5,000 as a deposit. Their borrowing cycle was 7 days, and the platform that they're using to trade is called PancakeSwap. And then the last one on the right is an image of what a PancakeSwap app would look like. So the borrower is on there trading. The smart technology and the contract is monitoring this platform to make sure, again, that they never get past a 30% loss. And so you're maybe wondering, like, who's out here doing this? Who is trading? Guys, there is anywhere between $100 million and $20 billion being traded every single day on this one platform. If you're with me and you hear me, I need to see a B in the chat. B for $20 billion a day being traded. Imagine how many people you could loan money to if over $20 billion was out there moving every single day. There is no shortage of people or money that needs to be used. I see some B's in the chat. I see you guys are with me, okay? So here are some of the other DeFi apps that are out there and available. Many people in the United States may have heard of MetaMask or Exodus or Trust Wallet. And here's some other ones that are used in other countries: BitKeep, IM Token, and Token Pocket. Guys, these are DeFi apps. And I'll give you an example of a DeFi app, a decentralized app, and a centralized. A centralized platform that trades cryptocurrency might be something like Coinbase, or a wallet like Cash App or CoinZoom. These are the ones that most people use in the United States. People may have heard of Binance, okay? These are platforms that are centralized. They require you to provide KYC, which means that they want to know your customer. They want you, just like you go to a bank and set up a bank account, they need to see you, see a picture of your ID, provide some type of proof of your residency, where you're located. And all of this is really for the governing entities in your country to monitor your funds and make sure that you're paying the proper amount of taxes, okay? So in the United States, these things are monitored and will be monitored by the IRS. That's fine and good. But when blockchain technology was created as Web 3.0, the very first app that was put on the blockchain was Bitcoin. Is the first application on the blockchain. And the creators of Bitcoin said, we want to make a currency that's for the people, by the people. And so it should not be owned by any government entity. And if it's not owned by any government entity, it should not be monitored by any government entity. So when you're using a DeFi platform or a decentralized platform, it means that you have one of these types of wallets. You don't provide any KYC. You make up your wallet. They give you 12 words that are called you create your own password. Then they give you 12 words that are called your secret key. I need you to write that term down because it may be a new term and somebody put it in the chat for someone else who didn't get it. Secret key. This is a new term that you need to become familiar with. This is like having the combination to a safe. If you're on vacation in Hawaii, you use the safe in the hotel room. You put your keys in there, your ID, your cash, things that you may not need while you're there. You lock the safe and you have your combination that you created. You get home back to the United States and you realize, oh my goodness, I forgot the keys to my house. I can't get in my house. What if you could drive to a hotel, go to any safe in the hotel, put your secret key or combination in, open that safe, and your funds are still there. Your keys are still there. You can access the same thing that you can access from another safe by using your secret key. That is decentralization. That means you can use any app, like going to any bank in the world, putting in your banking information, being able to see the balance in your account. That is decentralization. And this is the technology that is going to revolutionize how we're doing everything. And we're doing that here with Fintoch. Here are some of the other cryptocurrencies you may have never heard of that are being traded for pennies on the dollar, and they're at large volumes, and a lot of money is able to be made on platforms like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, SunSwap. In November of last year in California, Fintoch had something that's called a hackathon. They had the best and the brightest minds in blockchain technology come and talk about Fintoch's technology, the future, what's happening, how it works. And guys, this is something that has made this possible in the United States because people here were truly enthralled with what they found, what they learned, and being a part of this technology. There are upcoming projects. This will not just be a lending platform. There will be an entire ecosystem. We're on my iPhone users. You'll see an I in the chat for my iPhone users. We have our Apple platform, right? So it's the same concept. They started with the iPad, then they come up with the iPhone, then they come up with the I this, the I this, the I that. This will be the same type of concept, but it will be Fintoch. Fintoch will have different iterations of things that we can participate in if we choose. They'll have a payment platform, a social platform. They'll have their own exchange. They'll have a gaming platform. All of these different ecosystems you can participate in by being a part of this project when they're launched. And so what does this look like for you financially, guys? This is where the no sleep comes in that Miss Carly Gwen promised you. And as a matter of fact, we have several doctors here in our platform, and they prescribe insomnia to anybody who takes a look at these charts, right? And so think for yourself, how much money would you like to double if you had an opportunity to in the next 63 days? If I could use my blockchain wand and become your blockchain genie and say, poof, your money will double, what is that amount that you would like to double in the next 63 days? Well, find the number that's closest to it on this chart in one of these far left columns. And so let's say your number is, I would love to have $50,000 double in the next 63 days. Well, look at this chart. With Fintoch, by having $50,000 in the platform, on day one, you're going to earn 1%. That gives you about $500 or gives you $500. In 1 month, you'll have about $18,000 in profit. In 63 days, you will have $50,000 in profit if all things remain the same as they have with the 1% profits coming in. Now, you may be thinking, Tonya, I'm pretty good at math, and 1% a day for 63 days does not double. You're absolutely right. Here's what happens. Fintoch says, okay, we're going to give you your 1% a day. So on $50,000, that may be $500, right? That money, you have your $50,000 on the left side, and now you have a bucket that's your profits. That's your $500 a day. So on that $500 on day one, $1,000 on day two, while that money is sitting there up until you have reached $50,000 to match your initial investment, we're also going to give you a 1.5% return on your funds, and that will compound daily. That is how we're able to double our profits in 63 days instead of 100 days. Guys, look at what happens on that $50,000 in just 12 months. In 1 year, that $50,000 is $3.2 million. Does this allow you to start making some plans? Does this allow you to expand your company? Does this allow you to put a trust in place for your family? Does this allow you to pay off debt? Does this allow you to start traveling the way you really want to travel in first class? Does this allow you to get on the yacht with us July 29th? Guys, things just became possible because of compounding your money with Fintoch and becoming a lender. If you're someone like myself who is, always talking to people, I'm always recommending what movie to go to, my hairstylist, my nutritionist. I am telling people about the things that I love and where they may be able to experience them. I'm also going to tell people that I know, care, and like about how they can make their money grow for them, right? The same thing is happening on every financial platform that you use. This part is completely optional. You do not have to participate. But if you go to Cash App and you use it, they give you a link to refer people, they give you money. If you go to Bank of America, they let you refer people, they give you money. If you go to Coinbase, Coinsum, every financial platform has understood the value of someone telling people about their platforms because they are able to save money on advertising and they get responses much better than if they did a commercial, okay? Fintoch has decided to do the same thing. They have a referral program. And I'm going to tell you, if you are looking at your portfolio and you say, 63 days is nice, that's doubling my money, but I would really like to be in a different place in 30 days. This referral program can get you there. We have people here tonight that in 22 days have doubled their money, quadrupled their money. I am one of the people that have 4x'd my money in the last 22 days, okay? This referral program allows you to do that because when you refer someone, you give them your app, you help them enroll in the platform, they are going to earn their 1% on their money, that's fine, but the company will pay you a referral fee of 15% of whatever they earn that day and every single day for the rest of their lives. Okay, so what does that look like? Someone starts with an account of $10,000, they're earning 1% or $100. You're going to earn 15% or $15 that day. You did nothing but tell them about it and help them get set up, right? Let's say they tell their wife about it. They set up an account for her. They're going to now earn 15% of whatever their wife is earning for the day, but you will also earn 10% of anyone on that second tier or second level. So let's say the wife also sets up an account for $10,000. She earns her 1% or $100. You earn 10% of that or $10 a day. Okay. Combination $25 a day simply by telling someone about something that they need for their own lives. Not you, not what you want out of it, but for their own last name, for their legacy, for the things that they've been looking to do, but haven't had a way to get there otherwise, okay? And they want to be a part of the advancement in technology. If you are someone like Miss Carly Gwen, who has a number of people that she's been impacting and telling about the platform and helping, you can reach a management level with additional incentives. This is not a network marketing platform. It only goes those 2 levels. And then if you have a large organization that you're helping, the company gives you an additional referral incentive, okay? And so the first level is GM. And in the last 23 days with this platform since our launch, we have promoted over 29 GMs in our organization. These are people who referred at least 5 people, and their total investment for those 5 people in that organization has been over $50,000. Once it hits that $50,000 mark, the company pays them 20% of the volume for everyone in that network, okay? That could equal it will equal a minimum of an extra $100 a day. And I say a minimum because sometimes it ends up being 55,000, 60,000. So the numbers go up. All right. And the next level is VP. That means that you have at least 2 GMs. And right now, I think we have about 5 VPs in our organization. The numbers keep growing every day. If you know someone that is a VP or GM, shout them out in the chat. We love celebrating our people, but our VPs have helped 2 people become GMs. They have a total of 150,000 in volume in their organization. They're earning anywhere on average $150 to $300 a day. But guys, most of our VPs are in that $600 to $900 range because of the system that has been put together by the Foresight Academy, the structure and the training that we have in place to make sure that you're maximizing the amount of funds that can come from this compensation plan. And then we have our leaders, Mr. and Mrs. Bean, who have reached the level of SVP. As a matter of fact, Mr. Bean reached the SVP level in 10 days. He was the only person in the history of the company to ever reach that rank in 10 days. So hats off, shout out. Let me see some 4 5s for our senior VP, Mr. Samuel Bean, and his lovely wife. She has her own separate position because he referred her, and she's also a senior VP. Look at this range. It says $600 to $1,500 a day. Guys, Mr. Bean is about $3,000 a day. Okay. Let me just jump back to GM at $100 a day. Is anyone okay with an extra $3,000 coming into their homes? That's mortgage money, guys. Mortgage money. 29 people in our organization in less than 23 days are having mortgage money coming into their account simply because they caught on to this fire. The top level in the organization is ED, and that ranges from 13 to 30,000. And I dare say that by the time we get there, it's going to be a lot more money because of our structure. If you refer someone and they are out there crushing it, guys, there are only 99 pennies in a dollar. So if you're a GM and the person that you refer becomes a GM too, the company can't pay 2 different GMs for that same revenue stream, right? For that same line. So the company gives you some time to catch up, or if you don't, then that person will start receiving that income, okay? Fair is fair. The company structure right now, about 30% is owned by investors like myself and the other people that invited you to this call tonight. 52% is owned by Fintoch, and the other 18% is owned by a Middle East royal family that put a large sum of money into Fintoch to help make sure that our technology is state of the art. The future of Fintoch. Imagine being there before some of the biggest companies that you know went public. Imagine being the janitor of one of the most famous companies in the United States that went public and had some shares. Imagine what will happen in the United States when we have thousands of people who are here that get some shares in Fintoch because they're investors. You can't get shares outside of being an investor. So don't try to go Google it or go find it somewhere else. It's usually a scam. You can only get it from being an investor and having their official Fintoch app from someone who's already in the platform, okay? They plan to go onto the NASDAQ IPO by 2025. And their goal is to have 100 million subscribers on the platform and a $10 billion market cap. Where are we right now? We were expecting to be at 10 million subscribers, but we have surpassed that, over 13 million subscribers. Again, most of them in Asia and India before this platform even came to the United States. So we are at the very beginning, and this thing is going to take off. I dare say within a short 18-month period, just like in those other countries, we'll be at over 10 million subscribers in the United States alone. How many of them will you be earning a residual income off of? Here's some upcoming events. This company has been traveling worldwide. The energy has been electric. If you know someone that's had videos of the different launches there, it's just phenomenal to see the number of people in a room for a brand new technology that's revolutionizing how the world works, how money works, okay? And so They were just in Dubai this month. Next month, they'll be in Tokyo. In July, they'll be in Singapore. In August, they'll be in Lagos, Nigeria. In September, South Africa. October, Nairobi, Kenya. Some additional dates in 2024. I am banking on the fact that based on what they are seeing from the United States, we will have a date in 2024 that they'll be coming here. And if not, come on and travel the world with us and go to some of these beautiful places and experience life somewhere else, first class. We have a contest that's in place that ends today for anyone who hits GM. I'm telling you, you could start tonight and by midnight, be a GM based on what's happening with this company. Get back with the person who referred you. You can hit GM tonight. Once you do, make sure you're in the Facebook group. Actually, before that, the Foresight, Fintoch has Foresight Facebook group, because it'll give you the rest of the details for the contest. Mr. Bean is running this contest. He wants to celebrate someone. Anyone who qualifies, your name will go into a drawing. He'll pick one winner on the 17th. That person will have an opportunity to use their referral link, and Mr. Bean will come in under him. Again, this is the gentleman who went SVP, broke the company's record, going there in 10 days. He will come in and put a new position under you and run that thing into the ground, promoting. Okay. So jump on that. Like Miss Carly Gwen said, we're having another event coming up the weekend of July 29th. We love to have a good time. We love celebrating our successes. We have an investment portfolio already in the Foresight Business Academy. Our goal is to help over 10,000 families have over $5,000 a month in passive residual income. I lost count. We have been exceeding in our expectations. We started out last year with another platform, hit the ground running, have money coming in from families, absolutely changing lives. This is project number 4 in that portfolio. Guys, we are doing something that is truly unique. Our next event after that, that's already planned out, is for the family. 2024 family cruise. Bring your family out. If you missed any family reunions recently, have them all come with us. Cruise first out. Only the fun people, okay? 2024, July 2024. Last but not least, we have a collaboration. If you are someone that said, I would love to be able to grow a portfolio, but I don't know how, we will show you. We have a collaboration with Grant Cardone's University, where we will teach you how to communicate with people, not sales people. We are not in the business of selling people. We are in the business of communicating with people, helping them establish their own goals and helping them get to their goals. And so that is available to anyone in the Foresight Business Academy. And our earnings on automation coaching program allows you to have access to the over 18 years of experience that Mr. and Mrs. Bean have put together, and they delightfully call it their Book of Bean, information that they've learned over the years to help them build structure and systems that help people catapult their success, because they don't have to go out and recreate the wheel. It is literally like having a franchise. You just come in, decide what you want to start with, plug into the system, and that's it. You can put your money on automatic. Guys, thank you for joining us this evening with our presentation. Get back to the person that invited you. I want to be the first to welcome you to the Foresight Fintoch family, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world and on the next yacht experience in July. Good night.